Good morning, everybody. My name's Jeff Alexander. This is my first video regarding my hydroponics garden. It's an experiment completely, but I've built something here that I believe is worth showing. As I kind of work through the experiment, we have a pretty good sized small bed that I'm constructing that fits inside a 6 foot by 5 foot footprint. Just finished a bell siphon yesterday that appears to be working pretty well, and I've got 2 more to build, so I'm going to try and put together an instructional video today on that, just so you can see the construction of a really small bell siphon that works in a tiny bed. But the whole system's sleeping right now, but it should be awake here really soon, and I'll get a chance to show you a little bit about the whole system. So look forward to it. Thanks. Okay, so the whole system's starting to wake up, and you can kind of see just how it works. I've set up a bleacher style hydroponic system, and you can see 2 holes. Basically, the lower hole is smaller, so it drains not quite as fast, so it allows the entire bed to fill up to the upper level, which is the larger hole. This is nothing other than just something to reduce the amount of splash, so you don't continuously spray your plants. All it is just a neck that I place in there, but it kind of contains it, drives the water down into the medium. It is a 5-tier system that basically, as it gets moving, runs down. You can see where I've actually had a little bit of leaking, and you can see where it's leaking. Some of the holes don't drain specifically. See if we can see the bell siphon. So yesterday this bell siphon was put together, and it should be kicking in almost immediately. It's takes just a second, and obviously it's filling up way too full right now. I want to try and reduce this, but once it kicks in, it should drain this bed very fast. Oh, there it goes. You can see it. And now the whole bed drains. Like a charm. So I've got room on each side of my first set of bleachers, where I'm going to put 5 more beds, and I'm also going to put in 2 more bell siphons, one on each side, and those should be a separate instructional video to kind of show you what it's doing on the back end. The bell siphon drains down into a cistern that is basically just a Sterilite 20-gallon tub. It's an easy way to add nutrients to the system, and there's a small $35 fountain pump that pumps up and across and into the bed, and then I just used a little elbow here, and there's nothing attached to it, but it just drives the water down into the medium, so there's no splash, and reduces the amount of actual evaporation that you would see and loss. So I've got this other piece of 1/2-inch tubing that I'm going to replace here, and then extend up into the 2 new beds. But that is another project and another video, most likely. So fairly simple system. The bleachers themselves are basically just a set of risers, a 5-step riser from Home Depot that I've built a quick little support structure for. It was a very fast and very easy build. And what I should also show you is, when I said the system was asleep, it is because I took a standard outdoor timer used for Christmas lights basically, but I have set it up, and you can see here that it turns on and off every 15 minutes all day, all night, and it just cycles through, and it will turn my pump fountain on and off, and everything will shut down for 15 minutes, and then it'll run for 15 minutes. And when it shuts down, basically when it drains, the water level goes down to the lowest level. So this gives my roots the ability to take a little breather for 15 minutes every 15 minutes. So we'll experiment with that. I could lengthen it 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I want to see how wet the bed is. We had a little bit of rain last night, so most of the rock in the bed looks wet right now, but it does dry out on the surface. I'll probably add more medium to raise the bed height a little bit, just to kind of prevent more evaporation, and obviously for like our bell siphon here where the water level's getting a little high, but there it goes again. So like a charm. Alright, well, that's probably the end of my first video here as far as how to build your own small hydroponic system. And I hope to put as much of this on there as possible so that everybody has an opportunity to build these. I can see this system, once it's up and running, servicing, the garden for a pretty decent sized family. At least I'm hoping. I've got 3 kids. Thanks.